So I wanted to ask, how do you believe we can further prevent the government from infringing upon our Second Amendment rights?
Hello, beautiful people on YouTube. Hi, guys. And today, if you guys are feeling very much good. So, guys, today I'm going to be reacting to Charlie Kirk's on why Americans need to own guns. Whoa, guys. This video is going to be really, really stunning for me because I do ask myself, like, if people would really like kill people randomly, then why is gun legalized? Because I don't know what to now. I need to find reasons why gun should be legal. But let's just see what Charlie Kirk has to say on this.
So I wanted to ask, how do you believe we can further prevent the government from infringing upon our Second Amendment rights?
Yeah, it's a timely question with what's happening today in Tennessee. So everything in life is a choice and a trade-off. Anybody who tells you differently is an infant. And so you have to prioritize things that matter more than others. This is why I love Aristotle. He talks constantly about hierarchies, right? He talks about the hierarchy of the good, the hierarchy of choices, the hierarchy of behavior, the hierarchy of character. And so when it comes to firearms or guns, we must first ask the question of why. Why do we have a Second Amendment? It is not for hunting, but I do love hunting. Do we love hunting out here, everybody? Hunting is very important. It is not even for self-defense, but that's very important. Defending your home, defending your family is a moral good. The unpopular, to say, but morally correct reason we have a Second Amendment is so that free people can defend their rights given to them by God in case government becomes tyrannical. God forbid that ever happens, okay? Now, I fully acknowledge that comes with a cost. The cost is this. If you make that argument that people should be able to own firearms against a usurpatious potential tyrannical government, you're going to have negative externalities. You're going to have gang shootings. You're going to have mass shootings. The question is, how do we minimize it? And the question is, how do we reduce it to almost zero? And we have never had that proper conversation. For example, if banks and sporting events have armed guards, every school in America should have armed guards sitting 24/7 at the school. Period. End of story. If airports have armed guards, schools should have armed guards. And so you must come after it morally clear. I will never say that we'll get gun deaths to zero because we live in a broken world and we live in a place where there's a lot of nut jobs and a lot of evil people. But the choice that I'm unwilling to make, I am not willing to say we get rid of all of guns. Why? Because even more evil than an isolated incident there and an isolated shooting there is a tyrannical government that wants to exterminate its citizens. And so that is the way we must talk about guns. Reduce and minimize the criminality and the shootings through prudent and proper restrictions, which most of the times mean good people with a firearm to protect against a bad person with a firearm. And so how do we make sure the government doesn't come after our guns? We need constitutional carry in every red state. I think Texas finally has passed it. Am I right about that? Which is great. But you need your politicians to stop tap dancing around the issue. They're afraid to make the argument I just made because the media mocks them. Lean in. The 20th century has showed us time and time again, 150 million people were murdered because they took the guns away. We must be clear why we have a Second Amendment. The Second Amendment protects all the other amendments. Thank you so much.
I feel like this man literally like deserves like a standing ovation because yeah, firearms are actually bad and you could easily do something crazy with it, but it could be minimized and like put in the right places. He said if you could have firearms with guards in the airport, that should be the same happening in the schools because you're trying to protect. Do you understand? And I feel like firearm being in the school is actually like scary because kids could do something crazy and oh, and maybe probably college too. You get what I mean? But I feel like it's more like a defense. And when he said that what guns were taken away from 150, I don't know, million or thousand, I don't know thereabout, if they died because I feel like they're not able to defend themselves anymore or stuff like that. Because I feel like if you have threats or something and then the person opens your door and or wants to attack you and sees you with a gun, they'll bounce back. Even if you're also with a gun because they feel like okay, this person could get me, you understand? Because the chances of the person say, oh, I'm gonna pull the trigger and you're gonna die is less like very, very less. Except the person has like a motive to kill you or die, you understand? And like he said, we're in a broken world, anything can happen, there can be any outbreak. We don't know what's up to right now. And like he said, our politicians are really doing well. That's what I can say, guys. Because today's reaction. If you like, comment, subscribe. Bye.